Greetings, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine. And how was your day, or how is your day going? So let's dive straight into the content of this presentation. It's all about C intro, and I want you to feel very comfortable about it. And although the video is not focused on Unix or Linux users, but then since I am running an Ubuntu, that's Linux operating system, and I'll be working based on the system I have on my machine. So the first thing we all have to do is to launch our terminal, and I did this by hitting the Control Alt and T. So if you already have what we're about to do, then don't worry about it. So the first thing we should consider would be to verify that we have a compiler, because you can't basically see what you do on C without your code being compiled. So, and the very popular compiler that we are going to get used to is GCC. So we're going to do GCC. We're going to check if we have it installed. So in my own case, I have mine installed. And just a sec, I have mine installed, but if you do not have yours installed, all you have to do is to sudo, like, since sudo apps. I'm doing sudo apps because I'm running an Ubuntu. When I had Debian on my machine and I'd already done some configurations, I would just do like su and get into, or apps just directly. So it may be different for Kali, I don't know, but I think all these things are all the same. So I can just do sudo apt install GCC. I'll be prompted for my password, and since I have it installed, nothing really happened. This is just one way. You can still do sudo apt install build essential. So build essential basically gives you like everything you would need for your C compiling. Yeah, build, I think it's spelling errors, build, yeah, dash essential. So we have it installed, so nothing really happened. The next thing that you need is a text editor or an integrated development environment. In my own case, I have VS Code installed. So if you don't have it installed, you can get it. So one way to install it is to run this code: sudo snap install. So we can do classic and code. So classic code, oh, I'm sorry, like sudo apt install code. Okay, yeah, so I have this snap code is already installed. I already have it installed. So, but if you should run this code, that it should work for you. So that will be it from the terminal. The next thing, we have to create a folder and begin to experiment with C. So I want you to just know that this is just all about experimenting and learning. So we'll be solving most problems that I extract online, and most of my assignments, I would be solving them here. So explaining them line after line after taking all the time to understand how everything works. So I hope to, give you the best of contents based off on my experiences, struggles, and also, learning journey. So we then have to create a folder. So in my own case, I would jump into my documents folder, and I would make a new directory. So that's why I'm doing make there. So I'll do make there. I'll say programming. I'll just say, or let's just say learn C. Yeah. And let's open up this folder with VS Code. To do that, we're going to do learn. We're going to do code, then the folder name. So we have VS Code here. So let me increase. So to make the video as short and as succinct as possible, we would just create a new file and begin to experiment. So I'll come here and I'll say hello.c, and we'll just write the most basic of. So I'll say include, and so basically what we're including is something called the header file in C. So that's why there's like a .h. But we'll explain this as we make progress. Include, this is int main void. So, and I just want you guys to, feel very free with, asking questions in the comment section. Why this and why that? And I also want you to know that there are a lot of very good resources. So if you don't get the most out of this resource, you can just check other resources, and all I am concerned about is that you become a better developer, a better programmer, and you just enjoy yourself doing what you are out here to do, so which is to learn. So I just wrote a very simple C program that should print out hello world. So to run this code, I have to compile it first. So there are a lot of ways to compile it. That's the reason why we actually got the compiler. I would open up my terminal with control grave. Grave is like tilde, backtick. So, and since I have my compiler installed, even without running this code, VS Code gives me a command, Control Shift B. So when I run Control Shift B, it's actually trying to build the program. And yes, when I hit this, it does the building. But that's going to wait for now. So let's not now, and not this workspace. So let's write a few lines of code. So I'm going to say GCC, and I'm going to say 1. So what we just did was, what we just did here was we just compiled our code. So, and to see the output, we now have to run the executable file, which is a.out. So we have hello world. Let's remove this executable file. But then there are a lot of ways to do this. Say like the default that the compiler will always give you is a.out, but we can configure this default to be something else. So I can say, okay, to do that, we need this dash, this flag of out, and we can say, give it the same name like hello, or we can just say output. And when we do exactly that, we still get the same output when we run this file. So we have hello. So let's remove this. So, but the idea of this video is not to do this, because this is basically everywhere on YouTube, and you can do like this same thing. But then to actually set up VS Code in a way that as we make progresses with most of the assignments we'll be solving here and the problem solving sessions, you get very comfortable with your VS Code. Most persons don't write C code with VS Code. I don't have the data to actually support this claim, but I don't know why. But so let's jump into what I actually want to put you guys through. Now we can build and debug our code all at once if we should put the settings together properly. So you see this icon here. So this add debug configuration. When you click it, you have options to set things in a very straightforward way. So it's different in Windows. I recall when I was doing the settings on my Windows operating system, it was just a little bit different, and if you should also join us in this journey, you would figure out the difference. So when I click this, I am giving access to two JSON files, and what the JSON files allows me to do is to configure how I actually want my program to be built and compiled. So in my own case, what I always do is I would have a folder called bin. So what bin would house would be all my outputs. So to do that, I also come here and alter this to bin. I actually altered this on your own launch.json. You see like a long text here. So I copied this from here. So it comes by default here, but we also have to alter this to bin too. So we'll walk through the file here. Basically the label is, this is a GCC compiler that should build our files, and we can even add more files. If we want like this guy to build like more files, we can add them here. Then we have like the group build detail task generated debugger, and let's be sure that everything is intact. And then pre-launch, like we had to add the label here too. So everything is intact, and let's see, we have nothing in our bin folder, and let's assume that okay, this is our first code. And when you hit your F5 key, so what VS Code has just done for me is just built and debugged, like confirmed if I had like any kind of bugs there, and had my output saved in the bin folder, which is actually what we want. So I don't have like a.out all over the place here. So you can also alter yours. This is like my own version of, you know, structuring my VS Code to work the way I want it to. There are a lot of things you can achieve from here, but this is just the basics from my own end on how to do this setup. In the next video, we are going to be starting proper with C, a little bit of the history, maybe or maybe not, but for the most part, we are going to be doing a lot of problem solving here and explanation. And I hope to have you guys all the way as we you know, keep up with this learning experience. So take care and have a wonderful day.